Well, the debate over health care has ignited quite a bit of emotion. You know, we have seen screaming matches at healthcare forums across the country, but until now, nothing like what happened last night near Los Angeles. Casey Wyan has our report.
Advocates of healthcare reform, specifically a government-funded public option, held candlelight vigils across the country Wednesday night. The 350 demonstrations, coordinated by the liberal political advocacy group MoveOn.org, were peaceful, but one in the Southern California city of Thousand Oaks turned violent. Here's where the fight began. You can still see the bloodstains on the ground from the 65-year-old man whose finger was bitten off. Across this busy street, about 100 people attended a vigil organized by Move On. According to the Ventura County Sheriff's Department, about 25 counter-demonstrators against a so-called public option were standing here. Scott Bush was in that group last night and says one of the vigil participants walked across this street and confronted the counter-demonstrators, focusing on a man named William Rice. Who put their hands on who first? Did William hit him first?
William, it was a defensive strike because the gentleman kind of aggressed toward him like he was going to hit him. He said, "You're an idiot," and so it all happened so quick. William grabbed his hand and came back to get on the sidewalk and said, "He bit my finger off." And I looked down and I could see that the stump of his finger, I could see that it had been bitten off. And he was bleeding. You can see blood, the trail goes up.
Scott Bush later found the remaining portion of William's left pinky and rushed it to the hospital. Karoli Kuns was on the other side of the street and tells a different story.
I saw this guy punch out and knock into the street right here. As you can see, cars drive by here really fast.
Yeah.
A guy in black. The next thing I know, it was a furball. It was like a big cat fight.
Right.
But as
Involving multiple people or just those two?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Law enforcement officials are still investigating the incident. They have a picture of the suspected finger biter shown here in black. Both sides agree the debate has gotten out of control.
All the issues are lost. All we're hearing about is this kind of insanity. And that's who's getting the attention. That drives me crazy. When we had an hour and 15-minute vigil, 5 minutes of it was bad.
We're trying to come up with a civilized solution, and we have to approach it in a civilized manner.
A hospital spokeswoman says the victim's finger could have been reattached, but without full motion, so the victim opted against it. Through the hospital, he also declined to speak with CNN. In a statement, MoveOn.org said, "While we don't know if either party involved was a Move On member, we regret any violence that may have occurred yesterday, and we support the Ventura County Sheriff's investigation into the situation." Lisa?
Oh, Casey, that is one bizarre story. Where is the civility here these days? Any idea on possible charges? I know it's early on in the investigation.
Yeah, sheriffs are still interviewing witnesses. We understand that the victim in this case has said that he doesn't want to pursue civil charges in terms of a criminal investigation. It's just way too early to tell right now.
Okay, Casey Wyan, thanks for following up on that report.